To the channel. Today we're going to do a little Market Monday. We're going to go over all of the things that I'm seeing currently on the market in Hockey Ultimate Team. So these are going to include things that I think that you should invest in, things I think you should just stay away from, and what you should do with the upcoming event. Now, if you're just watching this today, the event is probably going to go live because it was delayed on Friday. It is going to go live sometime today, more than likely. And again, that is going to impact things after you watch this, but if you're watching this with notifications on like you should, then you're going to be in pretty good shape. Also, guys, before we get into the video, I need to give a quick shout out to King's Coast Coffee. They sponsor my channel. If you guys are looking for the best coffee on the planet, head over to King's Coast Coffee. Use code NOSLEEVES. Save yourself some money. Link is down below. And join our Discord. We've got over 2,000 guys talking Hut all day long. Again, link for that's down below. Let's get into Market Monday. All right, so right off the rip is something that I'm seeing that's a little concerning that I don't want any of my followers to ever do. All right, so if you go and take a look at the auction house and we go over to collectibles and we take a look at power-up collectibles, they're going for like 26,000 coins. Guys, I don't want any of you ever to go out and buy these because you are just wasting thousands of coins. And if you don't know how to save coins doing this, then I'll show you, but never buy these tradable collectibles. If you get them, I would sell them because they're going for more than they're worth. But yeah, never buy them. Now, the reason why you never want to buy them is because if you go over to sets here and go over to X Factor sets, you'll see here that there's two, the 36 any gold players or the 1880 pluses. This is the one I want you to focus on because it requires 80 plus golds to do one of these, and they are continuous. There is no cooldown on this. You can do this as many times as you want. You can just go and buy and wait for 80 plus overall players to go for 1,000 coins. It doesn't matter what console you're on. At some point, they will drop. This is all about just being impatient. And honestly, if you're trying to buy collectibles, guys, then it's more than likely you're just trying to upgrade one of your cards plus one overall. And there is no reason to spend extra thousands of coins when you can just wait for an extra plus one overall. If you take a look at my team, there's just no reason to go out and rush to go out and grab some power-up collectibles just to go up plus one overall. Like for this one example, 3 power-up collectibles from Mario Lemieux, I can go and buy these, for 26,000 coins each. It's just, there's no point to that, as, you can just wait. So now let's talk about the event that's coming up. Again, it was leaked on Reddit. I'm not going to spill the beans on it. I will have a full video breaking it down. But there is a new event coming. Again, it was delayed a little bit. So what should you do with this specific event? Now, again, I'm not going to leak it, but this event is not going to have a lot of the player base rushing out to make the sets. It just isn't. It's not the same because it will take time for you to actually be able to use these players on your team. All right, so what I'm doing with my players and the things that I have in terms of selling, because I know a lot of players have taken my advice and they've made thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of coins by doing this method of buying before the event's released and then selling once it's out in terms of the 82 overalls, 83s, 84s, all of that. I'm not selling any of my gold players. I'm just waiting because I don't know what it is going to include. I could see a reality in which they actually just require lower overall players because the cards that we're going to be targeting are a lot lower in overall. They're an investment card. This event is one of my favorite, and again, I will have a full breakdown of it, but I don't want to tell you guys what to do because I have no guess for it. I think that it's going to require lower overall players. I think it's going to require jerseys and customization. They've changed things up every single time, so I'm just not selling anything. I would rather have a ton and have some flexibility and then wait and see what happens, as opposed to selling all of my cards and, being able to make a ton afterwards, because no matter what, they're not like 80 to 82 overalls, guys. They're going to go for 1,200 at some point during the week, or 1,300 even. So there's no reason to go out and sell them for cheap when you don't know what's going to happen. So in my mind, for this event that's upcoming, again, I'll have a full breakdown once it's released. I just would not sell anything. I wouldn't sell any of my 83s, my 84s, any of it. I'm just going to hold on at this point. If you've done it on Friday when the event was delayed, that was okay, because again, I think people were just like, okay, we'll buy them up. They're getting ready for it. But now I would just hold on to them. So the next big thing I'm noticing are X Factors, and people wondering what are the best X Factors to buy. If you've listened to my podcast with my man Kesso, we have made a ton flipping X Factor cards, and let me tell you the trend so far that I've noticed, okay? when a card gets its prime time or team of the week that actually upgrades its tier, so we'll take Roman Yossi, for example. Everyone started at tier 7. He got a prime time or a team of the week, I don't remember what it was, and he got up to an 85, and he shot up in price because he got Fly the Zone, and now he's a quite usable card, honestly. But the thing is that no matter what happens with the card, whether he gets a synergy or a new superstar ability, whenever there's a new tier unlocked, people are like, oh my god, that card can go higher, and they're like neglecting the fact that there's a cost tied to it. They're like thinking that it's an Evo card where it just upgrades automatically. You can make a ton of money in the next little while on 2 cards that I'm noticing specifically, and I'm willing to bank on it. And again, if you watch this video, this might tank the market for you. I apologize. But Sean Couturier is one. Why is Sean Couturier a card that I am targeting? All right, well, first of all, he's already got a prime time that allowed him to get his tier 8, okay? So that means that the next live series card, and a live series card, guys, is a team of the week or a prime time or a play of the year, that kind of thing, not an event card, which is random. EA just seems to release some random event cards that have some ties to the event, but in all honesty, a lot of the times I see that just X Factors will get it because they haven't got a primetime or team of the week and they want to keep them all roughly even. So the next Sean Couturier upgrade, first of all, he got Fly the Zone on his last one. All right. He's a very, very good defensive center. Honestly, he's a perfect center build. 6'3". He's got 88 speed now. He's got good face-off rating. He's got great defensive awareness and stick checking, and he's huge. So he checks all the boxes what you want on a centerman. The reason why that I think you are going to make an absolute killing is that no one wants him right now, and I can't understand why. He's going for like 104,000 coins. I blew all my coins on Mario Lemieux. That's why I don't have any. Guys, this card will go for 200,000 minimum the second he gets his 87. How do I know that? Let's go and take a look at Anze Kopitar, who is 6'3" and 88 overall. He's already slower. His shot is a little bit worse. Defensive stats are exactly the same, and he does have quick pick, which is phenomenal. Right now, he is a better card in my opinion. However, Couturier's next upgrade could go to 89 speed already, maybe 90, depending on how well the speed breaks. And this is going for 200K, guys. Like, all you have to do is look at the comparisons. There's no reason why you wouldn't want Sean Couturier for 100,000 and you'd want Anze Kopitar for 209. Quick pick is an incredible ability, but it is not worth 100,000 coins. So 100% this Sean Couturier card, the next time he has a big game, that is going to be huge for you on the market. I would go out and buy as many as I could if I had the coins for under 125,000 coins because no one wants Couturier and it makes no sense. Now, the other X factor I think that you can make quite a bit of coins on is Elias Patterson. I'm not a huge fan of Elias Patterson cards, but again, this is Market Monday. I'm trying to give you guys some heads up on how to make a lot of coins. Now, Elias Patterson has flown under the radar in terms of the real NHL. He's only got 8 points in 12 games, but against Dallas on the 7th last night, he had a 3-point game, and EA loves their Vancouver Canucks. So I would be willing to bet that Patterson is going to get a primetime on Tuesday because that's when the Sunday primetimes are released. And this card already has 89 speed. If he goes up and gets 90, because he just needs to get to 88, on his next one, that would be huge. And again, 90 seems to be like this like light bulb where everyone just like it breaks into a new tier and he's incredible. The other thing to notice again, guys, is once he gets his prime time, he'll be at 84. So that means that the next live series event card will allow him to go to 85, and he is pretty cheap. It's only with him only being an 84 overall, it's 20,000 coins to get to his last tier. If he can get to tier 8 and he does get that 1 speed boost and has distributor and can get him to 90, that is gigantic. Again, another card that is going to go for 200,000 in my opinion. So any of these ones that are under 120, 100% I think that you are going to see a big bump very soon in Elias Patterson cards. Now, again, I just want to give everyone a recap on the levels of cards that you should look at in the price. So what we know so far with events is that it requires certain overalls. So like 82 overall cards, they were required for a set. So you want to know what price to get them for. And anything under, right now they're going for over 1,200. I wouldn't buy any there. Again, you can get 80 to 82s for 1,000. You just have to wait. When it comes to 83, anything under 4,500 seems to be a pretty good price. Again, I'm on PlayStation 5, so these will vary. Okay, so there's none up right now. Again, they're going for about 5,000. The market is really dry because there's no new event. And again, Mondays are the worst time to buy, guys, so just keep that in mind. This is the time to sell. However, I'm just holding on because this Monday specifically, we're getting a brand new event, which normally does not happen. So I think that you're going to see this is where a big increase here, because they jump up to about 7,000 when, in the last event. Now, again, because the card overalls that we're going to get for this event are going to be lower, I don't know what it's going to do to the market, because again, the card overalls that we're getting are way down, but the value of them is pretty high because they're investment cards. So again, I have no idea what EA is planning for that. When it comes to 84s, you're looking at about 13,500 on PlayStation 5. Anything under that is pretty nice because they jump up again. It looks like everyone is buying them up. And then the one I do want to focus on here is 87s, because earlier on today, I was looking, 87s were going for under 70,000. And in my opinion, that's pretty cheap because they do jump up quite a bit. There's not a ton of 87 overall cards. That's why. So the 80 to 82s, the reason why they drop down to, under 1,200 coins is because there's so many of them. And when everyone opens up packs, a new event comes out, the market just gets flooded. When it comes to 87s, they're very hard to pull, and we're still so early on in the game. There's not a ton of them. So under 70K is a pretty good investment. Another thing to watch out for is that same thing with 88s. Again, this Barkov, there hasn't been a set yet that has required an 88 overall card, but if we just use logic, as the overalls for the cards that we are making, the master set players go up, then the overalls required in these sets are going to go up, guys. So this is where you're going to make your bank at the higher end. For the players that have lower overall coin bases, like mine, I have 76,000 coins. I'm just holding. Again, for this event, you have to just wait. This isn't a normal week. Just hold and just wait. If you miss out on making a couple thousand coins, so be it, but it's better than investing and then getting burnt because you don't have a big coin base already. And then the last thing I want to talk about is power-up icons. I am getting a ton of messages and DMs about, should I keep this certain, master set player, this certain power-up icon, and there's a very, a very, very easy way to determine if you should actually hold on to them, okay? You have to remember, they go up +1 each month, so we're into November, that's why they have, a tier 3 here. You have to remember, guys, that speed only goes up by 0.5. That means that for some of these cards, it'll be 2 months before they see a speed increase. That chops off about 70% of the cards that you can use, because no matter what, unless they're 6'6", or they're centermen, there really isn't a way that you can utilize them and not hinder yourself. Obviously, your favorite player, go ahead. And you can use bigger players successfully, but it takes a better player, Division 1, Division 2 player to use a gigantic player successfully and not get burnt and not take advantage of the speed. There's a reason why everyone does not like Jaromir Jagr. So, like Martin St. Louis, for example, his next upgrade will go to 91 because the speed did not increase here. So on December 1st, he will go to 91 speed. And in all honesty, other than his size, he's a pretty good, well-rounded card. He's not, he's going for a little bit much, in my opinion, because he is so small. So he's a liability in his own zone. Pat LaFontaine, guys, I mentioned this last week. This is a great card to go after. Like, he gets 90 speed right now, and he will go up to 91, and he has a really good shot. This is a safe card. He's under 100,000 coins. This is one that I would look out for, not even just to sell, but just to use. Like, I think that you could have him as a player in your lineup and upgrade for the remainder of the year. The way that these icons are being upgraded, it's kind of lazy in my opinion, because it's just +1 everything. There's not a lot of intuitiveness that makes it interesting. But Yvonne Cornway is another one. 95 speed, 90 acceleration. There is a majority of the player base. He has no agility, and, that means that he can't make cuts and everything like that very quickly. But if you are, every single player could use this card on their team because you just straight line B9 down the boards. I wouldn't activate wheels on him. I think it's too expensive. But again, like, this is a card that no matter what, has endgame speed, and you don't have to worry about it. 139K is not bad. I'd probably wait for him to go like 110-ish. But yeah, like, there's no reason why not to invest in this card. It's the ones that are slower. So, like, Al McInnes, for example, we'll take Al McInnes as an example. He's got 83 speed. Unless he gets, at some point, he's going to get a speed synergy. Okay, he's just going to. They're going to give him one. He's going to get 85 speed on December 1st. Okay, and if he gets distributor on that, then maybe, 87 speed, okay, for someone at 6'2", but it's like, guys, why are we spending an 87 overall speed in December, and you're spending 100,000 coins and more to upgrade them all the way? So just keep that in mind, guys. Just look at the speed. That's the easiest way to determine if you should sell or if you should buy them. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for my first Market Monday, a little bit of a different video. I know it didn't give a lot of help to the players that have a smaller coin base or maybe free-to-play players, but I just want to give you the things that I'm watching out for and the things that I think you can make a ton of coins on while we're going through the game. Again, this new event is going to change everything, and I will have a full breakdown of it on my channel and on stream, so make sure you check that out as well. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.